Once the Asuras were sent back to Patala, the lands of the earth became available for humans to inhabit and thrive. From the height of Lord Vamana, we had to evolve and grow. We also began to lose our fur, shedding our animalistic features as the Asuras descended to Patala Loka. The hormone responsible for the growth of bones and other cells in the body is IGF, insulin-like growth factor 1 and 2. IGF is primarily secreted by the liver and other tissues throughout the body, supporting the growth of every cell. Lord Parashuram symbolizes IGF, with its secretion originating in the liver, reflecting his connection as a disciple of Lord Shiva. IGF has two forms, IGF-1 and IGF-2. IGF-1 primarily promotes growth and anabolic development, representing the warrior phase of Lord Parashuram with his active and dynamic qualities, while IGF-2 is associated with wisdom and prenatal nurturing, symbolizing the guru phase. IGF-2 focuses on cellular maintenance and repair, marking the transition to his sage-like aspect. The son of Jamadagni and a disciple of Shiva, Lord Parashuram was tested when his father ordered him to chop off his mother's head. Parashuram obeyed, demonstrating his unwavering devotion, and later ensured that his mother was brought back to life. When we become emotional, we often resort to abusive language, with curses frequently directed toward mothers in almost all languages, even when we don't truly mean it. This reflects the nature of the emotional side of the brain, which is Jamadagni, his anger toward his wife, his extreme command to his son, and ultimately, his act of bringing her back to life, illustrating the duality of emotion and reconciliation. It is Lord Parashuram who brings emotional stability to us, enabling our intelligence to thrive as a duty-bound guru. However, Jamadagni, for ordering his son to chop off his mother's head, as a consequence, gets his own head chopped off by the sons of Kartavirya Arjuna, who seek revenge on Parashuram. When Parashuram sets out to retrieve the divine cow Kamadhenu, stolen from Jamadagni by Kartavirya Arjuna, a disgraceful, egoistic king amazed by Kamadhenu's divinity and its ability to feed his entire army, Parashuram is forced to confront and kill the undefeated king. In retaliation, Shurasena, a son of Kartavirya Arjuna, along with his men, exacted their vengeance by beheading Jamadagni at his hermitage while he was meditating. They took his head with them to prevent him from being resurrected. This enrages Parashuram, who vows to eliminate their entire clan. He then proceeds to slaughter for 21 generations until sage Kashyapa, the analytical side of the brain and the father of the gods, intervenes to stop Parashuram. Since Parashuram was punishing Adharmis and Kshatriyas, no yagyas were performed, as these rituals were primarily conducted by Kshatriyas. With one or another perishing at the hands of the Lord, families were unable to carry out the yagyas. Ordinary families lived in constant fear of making mistakes during the divine yagyas, which could inadvertently invoke Parashuram's wrath. As a result, the fruit of the yagyas, offerings meant for the gods, ceased, weakening the divine beings and causing an imbalance in the system. This imbalance also threatened to prevent Lord Ram's birth. Persuaded by sage Kashyapa, a fatherly figure, Parashuram ended the massacre and returned to a life of meditation and teaching. Eventually, sage Kashyapa resumed the yagyas, restoring balance. As IGF-1 rapidly increases with growth, inflammation also rises. The system begins to release somatostatin, an anti-inflammatory hormone, to decrease circulating IGF-1. However, somatostatin also stops the release of growth hormone GH. If IGF-1 levels do not decrease, the system remains under chronic stress, leading to pain. Sage Kashyapa, representing the analytical side of the brain that processes pain, had to intervene and stop Parashuram, whose actions were hindering the release of growth hormone GH. Once IGF-1 levels decrease, somatostatin levels can also drop, allowing the release of GH.